Good afternoon, dear students. I'm really happy to be with you after a long time. We are meeting after a long time. I hope everybody is keeping good health. You're all in the pink of your health. And from now onwards, we will be continuously having classes after a long break. And today's topic is a nation's strength. It is a poem. So we will discuss this poem. But before we get into this poem, let us ask ourselves a few questions. Rather, I ask you some questions. You will have to answer me. First of all, there are different kinds of countries, nearly 138 countries in this world. 138. And some countries are considered as developed countries like the USA, Germany, France, China. They are known as developed countries. And some countries are known as developing countries. For example, our own country, that is India. India is not a developed country, but it is a developing country. And there are also some countries which come under the category of underdeveloped countries. What do you mean by underdeveloped countries? They are still to progress in all aspects, in terms of health, in terms of agriculture, in terms of education, in terms of gross domestic product, economy, and many things come into that. So, you must understand that there are developed countries, developing countries, and underdeveloped countries. Now the question is, what makes a country strong? What makes a country strong? You see, we maintain our health by taking substantial food. So food gives us energy, food gives us strength, and therefore we become strong. A nation has to be strong as well. But what makes a nation strong? There are certain requirements, some essentials. Only when these requirements are fulfilled, a nation becomes strong. Strong in all respects. In the sense, it becomes a country with an all-round development. So if a country experiences an all-round development, that is a developed country. Your history and geography teachers will be able to give you a better explanation of this. But today in this poem, we are going to see as to what makes a country strong, a nation's strength. Where lies the strength of a nation? Now, can you say that the wealth possessed by a country can make it strong? A country has large deposits of gold. Can you say that that country is a strong country? Wars. A country seems to be invading other countries. It is all the time attacking other countries. So, by gaining victories, if there is a war, one country has to win and the other has to lose. That is the nature. So if I say that a country wages war against several other countries and that country has emerged as a winner by defeating or conquering other countries, can you say that country is a strong country? So can wars make a country strong? A very important question. First question was, can gold make a country strong? Or can war make a country strong? Or population? There are some countries which have a sizable number of population, a significant population. Many people, for example, China, the largest populated country in the world. Next comes India. We too have a significant population. One of the most highly populated countries in the world is India. So, can you say that if a country has a strong population, it becomes strong? The third question. So again, I am coming back to the first question. Can gold make a country strong? The poet is asking. Can wars make a country strong? The third question, can population make a country strong? Okay. So, unfortunately, these things do not make a country strong. If a country has a strong military strategy, if a country possesses a huge amount of weapons like battle tanks, tomahawks, howitzers, submarines, okay, can that country become strong? Definitely not. The poet very, very clearly says that none of these factors contribute to the development of a nation. None of them will make a country strong. War cannot make a country strong. Gold cannot make a country strong. The people or the population of the country cannot make the country strong. Weapons cannot make the country strong. So, the ultimate question, the poet is asking a final question. Can wars or can blood make a country strong? Can bloodshed make a country strong? So, bloodshed and war, they are related. What do you mean by bloodshed? Let us take the example of some great kings in the world. Let's take the example of Samrat Ashok or Ashoka the Great. There were only few kings who were called as great. Ashoka was called the Great Ashoka. Alexander was called the Great Alexander. And there were some other kings. Akbar, the greatest of the great Mughals, he was called great. All these emperors, they were called great because they were trying to wage war with other countries, conquer other countries, add wealth to their countries, and make their countries strong and powerful. But did they last? Did they manage to keep their country strong forever and ever? Unfortunately, no. All the empires disappeared. The Roman Empire. The Romans were considered to be the greatest kings of the world. Even that empire disappeared. Ashoka's empire disappeared. The Mughal Empire, ruled by several Mughals, including Akbar the Great, the greatest of the Mughals, the greatest of the great Mughals, Mughal-e-Azam he was called, but even that empire disappeared. So what does the poet want to say? Kings do not make a country strong. Wars do not make a country strong. Resources a country may have, huge deposits of gold and elements, minerals for example. Even the mineral wealth, which includes diamond, gold, silver, coal, petroleum, oil-rich countries. Even these natural resources do not make a country strong. You see, you have to analyze this poem or read this poem with a moral view. We cannot study or analyze this poem from a historical point of view or from a geographical point of view. But we have to analyze this poem with some moral values at the backdrop. So, what is the answer? The poet is asking. He's asking this question again and again. Where does the strength of a country lie? What makes a country strong? He says, the strength of the nation lies not in its gold reserves, not in its victories, but the men of the country. What he means by men? He doesn't mean population. He doesn't mean the number of people. He says that the strength of a country lies in its people who work for the development and progress of the country day and night, 24/7. So, the real investment or the real strength of a nation lies in its people who are honest. So, what does he mean? He means that people who are honest to the code, we say dry honest. People who are corruption free. People who are honest. People who have dreams and give shape to their dreams. People who can sacrifice their lives for a noble cause of the country. And people who stand for truth come what may. People who stand for the progress, who stand for truth and principles. You cannot compromise with your principles. You can compromise with anything, but not your principles. If you compromise with your principles, that is the time you are dragging your country's progress backwards. You drag the progress of your country backwards. That is what he says. So where is the strength? The strength is in man, in the citizens of the country. But what kind of citizens? That is the most important thing. Citizens who work continuously, who work while others sleep. So who are the successful people? People who work while others sleep. They have no rest. They have a vision. They have a mission to accomplish. And if they continuously pursue their goals and ideals, if they work towards their mission, well, such kind of people can make the pillars of a nation strong. They are the ones who lay a strong foundation. They are the ones who raise the pillars of the country. What are their qualities? They are honest. They don't compromise with the unity and progress of their country. They don't betray their country for money. They are not corrupt, but they are honest to the core and they stand for truth. Men of truth. So the poet says, men of truth can definitely lift the nation high. Not only that, who dare while others fly. You will find a line in the poem. Tomorrow we'll have a complete discussion. Today I am just giving you an overall view or an introduction. Dare. Men who dare while others fly. What do you mean by men who dare while others fly? They are ready to stand in the forefront and fight for the integrity and development of their country. If they have some goals, they will steadily fight for the goals while others fly. They are the men who are ready to face challenges, come what may. They are the men who are able to break the barriers. They are the men who are able to give shape to their dreams. They are men who, with enthusiasm and zeal and spirit, work for the progress of their country. They are the pillars and they make the nation strong. So I hope you must have had a clear idea what this poem is about. A nation's strength. The poet speaks of the strength of the nation. To give you a recap, he says, the strength of a nation does not lie in gold. It does not lie in victories and conquests. It does not lie in its army, or it does not lie in its natural resources. These are no factors for the development of a country. But the real factors which contribute to the strength of a nation include people who are ready to sacrifice their own lives for the betterment of their country. As long as a country has people of this nature, men of such character, men of such discipline, principles and goals and ideals, definitely a nation will become a developed nation and it will remain the strongest of the nations in the world. So with this idea, let's wind up today's class. Tomorrow we will discuss the poem in detail with stanzas and vocabulary and the meaning. So till then, stay safe at home. Goodbye.